today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the AFC-NFC Pro Bowl. Russell Wilson and the NFC versus Deshaun Watson and the AFC.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. For years, the NFL's best received a trip to Honolulu or Orlando for their efforts, but now they get a trip to Vegas as EA Sports welcomes you to Allegiant Stadium here in Southern Nevada. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could
On first down, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Joey Bosa in on the stop. From the 41, Wilson. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
They'll start the drive with a give to Walton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Let's go. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
first and 10. Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run with Walton. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Walton. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On first down, it's Walton, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
4 yards to go.
Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. The coverage good that time by the NFC defense. Brings up 4th down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
A 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the AFC on the board first. It's 3-0.
Visitors 3. Our home team, nothing.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson.
And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
11 yards there, first down. They'll run with Taylor. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
By Derwin James. It's a pickup of 6.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Visitors 3. Our home team, nothing.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Derwin James on the coverage.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
And this now 3rd and 11 after that 2nd down completion actually went back a yard. Now Wilson.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
22-yard line.
So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
The AFC punt team out there now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Back out is the AFC offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 2nd and 16. Watson.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. The AFC punt team out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to someone else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half in a 3-3 ball game. Just a pair of field goals to this point.
Now Wilson.
He'll get that one to Taylor, complete.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Wilson will throw again. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas.
pass.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And that'll be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate.
And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Taking it in from a yard out. And the NFC has taken the lead. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
10. Visitors 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The AFC set to take over on offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Kendall Fuller there on the cover.
Throwing again is Watson. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
And 10 yards to go.
To the air yet again, Watson. And now another one thrown incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? Find out. Let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The AFC offense now set to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Now a carry for Walton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Walton. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
On the toss, here's Walton. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Walton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
Powers through. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
On the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
Wilson's pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensing the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
On the draw is Taylor.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the NFC. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
The AFC about ready to take over on offense.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the 17, Watson finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Watson on 1st down.
He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi.
Complete to
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
But now it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Again, it's Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Pass, throwaway, and incomplete. He was covered by...
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The AFC punt team out there now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for the NFC back out there. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, Wilson. A throw taken in by Sims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Taylor. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Taken down at the 41. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, Wilson. He'll find Taylor. That's complete.
Wilson's pass.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now Taylor. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
3rd and
to throw is Wilson. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14.
Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Wilson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Result of the play, is a turnover on down.
So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. Going deep for Diggs. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Harold Landry. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
He was covered by Antoine Winfield.
Watson. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively.
And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The give to Taylor. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the
2nd and 10 now. Wilson.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit, because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Wilson on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Harold Landry picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson, his first throw of OT. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now it's Watson. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Walton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Brewer. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Kendall Fuller. You called it. We called it, baby. Watson.
So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. First and 10, Taylor now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. From the 44, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
To Deebo Samuel. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
They run with Taylor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap up. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Back to throw, Watson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us. We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. End up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.